but they lost they wanted me already they heard about me, they wanted me for years, but I stayed there, had a good job, and so I didn't move. But then they closed up there, so finally they called me in, and I worked for them, and well, only 2 years, because they had her husband passed away, and then right after, not long, she passed away. They were old people, so they didn't run it. Everything okay? So they didn't run it. So, and what I did is I got they opened up another factory in Martinsburg, the Martinsburg factory. Yeah, and I opened it up. That factory I opened up, and I have even a book of it. Mm-hmm. Can you know where the book is?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's bound, honey, go. It's bound in on the second, in the middle shelf. It's burgundy. It's bound in burgundy. Is that it? No. It's closer to the teddy bear, I think. Whoop. Okay.
I knew we had it. No. No.
No, honey.
No, I don't think
it's... Oh, gosh dang it.
Burgundy. There's no burgundy book.
Wait, I'm coming.
I know if I look at it...
It should be there.
If I look at it, I know we...
Honey, let me get it. Please, darling.
What is your name?
Jakob Golant.
Jakob. And do you keep kosher in this house?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no, we don't. We don't.
Oh, yes, you already said that you guys had a Jewish marriage, right?
Yes, we did. We had actually 2 marriages. First, we were married in Berlin, a civil ceremony, like with a magistrate. And then, after our son was born already, then we had the Jewish wedding. Okay?
The reason that was because we couldn't get a certificate from me, from Poland. I didn't have any papers.
Yeah.
So I had to write, and it took forever to get and actually they did it without I got to the German consul. They finally explained them and things. And they had to give me some papers because I didn't have any papers.
Yeah, Jake needed his birth certificate. And naturally there was none. So it took time until they researched and this and that. So finally they believed him, and that was it. He said he was born on the 12th of December 1920, and they took his word for it. So that's how it was, right? Yeah. Okay. So we were married twice.
The main reason, I remember now, it's so long to forget it, but she had an uncle, and he was in the West Berlin police force.
Yeah.
And he's the one who helped.
No.
Yeah.
My cousin. My cousin.
Your uncle, your cousin is now, he's alive. Your cousin is now Uncle Albert.
I didn't have an Uncle Albert.
Yes,
Uncle Arthur.
Arthur, yes. Yeah. No, Arthur was Albert, not Arthur was not.
I did.
Yes. Yes, I know. She doesn't.
No,
yeah.
I know. I didn't have an Albert. I had Arthur. He was an uncle.
Yes, Arthur and Albert, the policeman. Who was the name of the policeman? Arthur was not in the police.
No. but he was my cousin.
No.
Yes.
Who
He,
was his wife?
excuse me, my mom had 2 brothers
Yeah.
and 2 sisters.
All right, and who was the other brother?
The 2 brothers were Arthur and Alfred.
Alfred.
And
all right, all right.
Alfred's
There you are,
Alfred's son was the water policist.
He was, no, yes, maybe Alfred's son. But Alfred wasn't the police. His wife, because they got by the Russians, she hung herself.
Yes, his wife, during the war in Berlin,
Oh.
he moved her out of Berlin into a little, very little community. And the Russians were there and they had his wife for a whole night. And she was a very religious woman. When she came back, she could hardly walk. That's how bad it was. And she hung herself. And
He was a policeman. Yes, he worked in the police, I know that. Uncle Arthur.
Uncle Alfred.
Alfred, yes, Alfred, he was in the police. Alfred.
Ginger, can we talk about her family and her
All right.
children now?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
About her, ask her about her children and
So, what were your children's names?
My children's names are Benjamin, Joseph, Esther, and
Debbie.
Deborah. And Deborah is the youngest. The oldest one is Esther. She was here from yesterday to
she's the
today.
older girl, but
The
she's
oldest
dead.
girl.
Yeah.
And Benjamin lives now in Illinois and in
You know, he works in
Minnesota. He's already a grandfather. He has already grandchildren. And his grandchildren are living in Minnesota. So he kind of commutes between Illinois and Minnesota, okay? And our youngest son is Joseph. This one there, the bridegroom on this picture.
He's the youngest
Our
son,
youngest son,
yeah.
yes. He
He's
lives
dead.
now in Allentown with his wife, okay? And Debbie is behind Mrs. Greenberg on that picture. That is Debbie with her husband and her family. Her husband is
from Egypt, I already told me.
an Egyptian, but they're
Yeah.
both doctors. She is in
That's
in
how
Navy.
he was in the Marines. This is our daughter, the youngest daughter. She has 3 children. The reason these grandchildren are younger, the reason these grandchildren are younger, they're because she is the youngest. She's 10 years younger than all the others.
Yeah, there are 10 years between the
Yeah.
2 daughters.
Now, you see, this is my oldest son, and he works for Motorola. Motorola has an office in Minnesota. Motorola Center is in Chicago. So he has a house. His wife is a nurse, and she works in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It's only 50 miles from Chicago. So he started there working, and now they have an office there in Minnesota. So he's traveling between Minnesota and.
All right, now, what else would you like
Yeah.
to know?